a gun. Is that better? Checking. I'm going to cut off the top of my damn head. Facebook's camera does weird things today. There. Can you get in there real quick so I can... All right. Hey, well, I can't see your feet. Son of a gun.
That's fine. I can...
Yeah, if you're back there, I can see your feet. Okay. I'm going to... Facebook really fucks up my camera. I had it all set up. We're already live. And I'm complaining about Facebook. Now there's a goofy angle on it, and I can't see.
Yeah, I think it was fine before. Can you tilt the camera down a tiny bit?
Yeah.
That's plenty. Yeah, that's great. Perfect!
All right. Top of my head is gone. Hi, I'm Mike, and this is Jen.
Sorry, I was judging it from my height.
And this is Kettlebells for Yogis. I normally give this class every Thursday at Wildlight Yoga, but due to COVID-19, we are doing it from home. So hopefully this is fun and everybody there has a kettlebell. Hi, Chandra. Nice to see you. I'm glad you made it. I promise I won't stop this one 10 minutes in. Yeah, so if you've got a kettlebell handy, go ahead and grab that. We're going to do some real basic stuff today. I haven't actually taught swings online before, and that's one of the things we're going to do today. So we're going to go real slow and gradual with that. The rule with kettlebell swings is if you feel like something isn't working real well for your body, don't do it. If it feels scary or uncomfortable, or there's pain, chances are real good you're probably not doing it right, or you don't feel confident enough with it to do it safely. So err on the side of caution. I don't want anybody to hurt themselves. Kettlebells are real intense on your nervous system too, so you have to make sure when you're done with this today that you take lots of time to recover. Make sure to take like a hot bath if you can, or a hot shower, and really let your muscles chill out and get plenty of rest, get lots of water, plenty of protein, take real good care of your body. Anything you want to add?
Nope.
Nope? Okay. Other than that, we're going to start real slow, and we're going to do some warm-up first. The first warm-up exercise that we are going to do is called donkey kicks. And Jen is going to demonstrate.
Okay, wait till my butt pops up then.
Okay. So for our donkey kicks, you want to get in... Hi, Lorena. I'm glad you made it. You want to get in tabletop position. And you see how Jen is... scooch back just a little tiny bit. Yeah. See how Jen is on her forearms instead of arms extended like this? This is what we want. We want the forearms. And the reason for that is because it helps you to keep this really, really flat. Whereas if you're on your extended arms, you tend to do this a little bit. And that really, really is not the movement that we want. You want to hold this really flat and focus all of the movement on the glute. And so Jen's going to do her right side first. She's going to keep her leg really, really bent and her foot really, really flexed. And she's going to squeeze this spot right here. This is the bony protrusion of the hip. You know, that spot where you can put your fingers back there and feel the bone. She's really focusing all of her concentration on just squeezing that. And if you can reach up there with your hand, you can kind of just touch yourself in the same place, and that'll give you a little bit of extra neural feedback, so you'll be able to flex those muscles a little bit better as well. It takes a lot of practice to activate those for most of us because we don't typically use them a whole lot. 15 of these is what you're after. Did I say 15 at the beginning?
Nope.
I'm terrible. And then same thing on the other side. 15. Bringing the heel to the back of the head. Really see how she's got her foot flexed? Point your toe for a second. That's not what we want. This pointed toe, no good. Go ahead and flex. That's what you want there. And some people, when they do a donkey kick too, they also extend their leg. Go ahead and do that, Jen. This leg extension, we don't want that either. That, I mean, it's okay, but it's not what we're after exactly. You really want this focus on the glute up into that spot. Do.
Okay.
All right. How's that feel? Good?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. One more thing that I want to really talk about is hip hinging and abdominal bracing. And I need to move this camera so that I'm not chopped off.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I was like, oh, it's perfect for my height.
Put your hand over your
Now
head.
you can't see the floor.
I can't see the floor at all.
Uh-uh.
Can you see the top of your hand?
Yeah.
Can you see anything above your hand?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Okay, now it's cutting off half my hand, but I still can't see my feet. Now I can see my feet, and it's like to here.
Okay, that's good. Perfect, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to like go over there with a marker and just mark all of the spots.
Yeah.
Like Mike height, Jen height. Okay, so for the hip hinge, a couple of things to consider. First of all, we want to talk about abdominal raking is what this is called. Did you know this has a name?
No.
Abdominal raking. And so what you want to do is put your hands right here. Here's my hips right here. So hands just above hips in the spot where, like if you have love handles, that's where your love handles are. That's exactly where you want your hands, right here on the sides. With your fingers on either side of your obliques, basically, your oblique muscles. And you want to squeeze in with your fingers, and this might be a little uncomfortable, and that's okay, don't hurt yourself. But really squeeze in here pretty tight with your hands. And then I want you to, using those muscles that you're squeezing right now, I want you to push your fingers out. And really push. And it might be a little weird, and it might be a little hard, and you might not feel a whole lot. But just practice that. Do it 5 times. Squeezing really hard, and then pushing out with the muscles of your core. And the reason for this is you need to become accustomed to using these muscles, especially for a good, solid kettlebell swing. This is a really important exercise. You want to make sure that you are able to brace these, and I'm bracing these while I'm talking to you. You can use them independently of your speech or your breath. It's just a matter of finding them and figuring out how to use them. So that's what this exercise is for. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Feeling activated?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when you're in your hip hinge, there are 2 positions. And the first position is basically feet shoulder width apart, like Jen is standing. And then I like to really kind of push on the bony protrusions, the ASIS right here on my hip, and just kind of sit back and duck your head. There, not so much. Straight, right there. Bam! And not so far back. You're good. A little bit higher, a little bit higher. So about there is a really good bottom position. Maybe a little higher up for you. About there. And when you've got your kettlebell in your hand, it's going to be right up here in your groin, basically. And this should be about as low as you get with a kettlebell swing. It's also a real good athletic position if you're playing basketball or volleyball or wrestling, like all kinds of different football. It's that same general stance. So you're really sitting back into your hamstrings and your glutes, and you should feel maybe even a stretch when you do this, and that's okay. This is the bottom kettlebell position. This is the top. You swing. The swing is really more of a hip thrust. So you hinge and then pop. Hinge, pop. Pop. And you're popping up into a nice, solid, strong plank. And when you are doing the plank, you're pushing out really, really hard on these muscles. So breath in. And go ahead and make noise. You can grunt. It feels silly. But you're pushing out on these muscles and exploding forward just like that. Nice job, Jen. Give me 10 more of those. 1. And she's just exploding her hips forward. 3, 4, 5. Give me 5 more. 6, 7. Don't bend quite so far. 8. There you go. You feel that power there? 9.
Yeah.
10. So yeah, basically what we're doing is we're sitting back into the stretch, okay? And when you're sitting back into a stretch, you can actually really squeeze that stretch out in an explosive pull. And so that's exactly what you're doing, is you're sitting back into that stretch and then squeezing it out and exploding forward. And that's really the basic kettlebell movement. A good way to make sure that you've got a solid hip hinge before you start swinging the bell is to do some deadlifting. And Jen already deadlifted today, but we're just going to have her deadlift a kettlebell a little bit to demo real quick.
Just two-handed?
Yeah, just two-handed. Actually, you know what? I just got to make you do this because people are watching.
What?
Yeah, we just got to get you doing it. So, when she gets in position to deadlift this, first of all, she's going to scooch forward so that the kettlebell is in between her ankles. So the handle is almost touching her ankle bones.
Do you want me to turn the other way?
Yeah. Let's scoot forward a little further. There you go. So if you see this from the side, you can see that the kettlebell handles are directly next to her ankles. And she is going to sit back a little bit into this and flatten this out. And she's going to look down at the floor, tuck her chin a little bit. There, that's a really nice position. And then you can drop your hips a little. Go ahead and bend your knees to drop. And when she picks up, you're going to see her whole body rises at once, and she pushes through her heels and she squeezes her glutes. So that's one, and this is exactly what yours should look like. When you're trying to put it down, it should be almost in between your heels. You should really try to aim it behind you. So flatten out. And go ahead and give me 12 of these in a row. There's 1 and 2, and really focusing on feeling that stretch as you sit back. 3, and you really want to sit your butt back super far. 4, so all of the weight and the pressure is in your heels. And when you squeeze to come up, you're actually pushing through your heel. That's 7, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
8, really squeeze. 9 and 10.
You say 12?
Did I say 12? Thank you. 11, and if you watch, you see the bell goes straight down and straight back up. She doesn't have like a lot of out that she's pulling it from. And the reason for that, scoot back a little bit. Scoot back a little further. If she goes to deadlift it from this position, all of the pressure goes right into this spot.
Oh, it feels terrible.
Yeah, it feels terrible. So the closer that you bring it to your center of gravity when you're deadlifting, the closer you bring it to your center of gravity, the better. Now, the difference between a deadlift and a kettlebell swing is an explosive component. And so you actually want to start it out with a lot of momentum. And the best way to get that momentum is to be far back away from the bell and pull it in an arc toward yourself. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and do one more round of donkey kicks. Okay?
Okay.
Just to make sure everybody's really activated and warmed up, we're going to do one more round of donkey kicks. So, once again, down on the forearms. I'll lower the camera. Down on the forearms and kicking with the leg. 15 again, yeah. There's 4. See how she's got her leg bent and her foot flexed? she's crunching and popping a little bit. Jen's a trooper because she already deadlifted this morning. Worked really hard. And she's back doing kettlebell class for me because she loves me.
It's the only reason. Hey, the laptop's in the way of the camera.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I gotta tilt the camera angle back up in a minute. Actually, you know what I can do?
Okay. Woo!
Is that better with a little height on it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit, I might have solved all of our problems right there, huh?
You fixed it.
I am not a
Oh,
professional
that's perfect.
videographer.
That looks so good.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, it's pretty darn good. It's good enough. Yeah, we can see everything. All right. So, we are going to do one more set of deadlifts. So because Jen knows how to lift already, when she picks this thing up, she's already squeezing or pushing out on these muscles. And it's really important for you to get into the habit of just doing that when you're picking stuff up off the ground. Once again, she's deadlifting. I want 12 of these. If you're playing along at home, hopefully you're using your heaviest kettlebell for this. There's 4. There's 5. 6. Halfway. There's number 7. 8. See how she's putting it down in between her ankles every single time? She's kind of aiming it behind herself a little bit. And that's keeping it at her center of gravity. And if you practice yoga, I mean, just think about keeping it in line with the rest of your body. You know, thinking about your stack, thinking about that energy line as well, your sushumna. Keep that in line with all of your chakras. So it's almost like a big anchor. How'd that feel?
Good. Starting to feel my heart rate go up a little bit.
Excellent. That's what we're after. That's why you're warming up. Heart rate's going up. Good stuff. So Jen is really, really strong, and if we were doing this in class, normally she would probably be swinging something real close to this one. If you would like to use a lighter weight, you're welcome to do so. For you at home, if you aren't a real experienced kettlebell swinger, you are welcome to start out with a lighter weight. The problem that most people have with a light... Man, I'm going to put this all the way up and see if that works. The problem that most people have with a lighter weight is that they tend to start using their arms a lot.
They don't get enough momentum.
Because, yeah, you don't get enough momentum in the actual pendulum part. And you really shouldn't use your arms at all for this. Do you want me to demo the swings at first?
Whatever you want. You want to do it?
I mean, your swing looks beautiful. You can do it.
Okay.
So, with the kettlebell swing, the way that it's different, first of all, is you're going to get the bell really far away from your body. And then she's going to get down into almost her deadlift position. But her back is really, really flat. She's got that engaged. She's looking down at the bell. She squeezes her lats, and I think you could probably see that. As she squeezes her lats, it pulls the bell up on the edge a little bit there. And so the bell is kind of sitting on the edge. She's going to shift her weight back into her heels and her glutes, and then she's going to pull explosively and pop the bell straight out in a line at about eye level. 3, 4, and if you've got this at home, go ahead and do it. 6, 7, you can watch as well. 8, nice and strong. There's 9, 10, she's halfway through them. 12, beautiful work. 13, 14, 5 more reps. See how she's real consistent with where that bell goes every single time? She's actually working to do that. You know, you're exerting the same amount of force. You're exploding forward.
Woo!
Nice job, gangster. So good. Boom. So yeah, That's actually a little lighter than the one you were swinging at, I think, last time we were in the studio.
Wait, which one's this?
It's 49. 48.5.
I think I was weighing 65 last time.
Yeah. So.
But I feel more comfortable at 55, I think.
Good. Well, eventually I'll get a 55. That's probably the next bell I'll buy is a 54, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and catch your breath if you need to. Shake out your hands. That could be a lot for your grip if you don't do this a whole lot. You can kind of jump up and down a little bit. That feels real nice. And we're going to do one more set of those. So once again, if you feel like you are good with this, I want you to watch one thing that I want to mention actually. There's a couple of cues that I feed to people gradually when I'm training in person, and it's just a little harder to do it over the internet because I can't see what you guys are doing. But one of the cues that is real important is to make sure that you'll watch when Jen swings the bell is not beneath her knees. It's not way down here. Like she's keeping it really, really up here close. Her hands are right at her groin, and that's exactly what you want. The reason for that is, once again, keeping it close to your center of gravity. If she starts to get down here and the bell is down here by her ankles, that's going to yank on her back real hard. And so you don't want this to hurt in your back. You're going to feel it right in here. That spot, where we were looking for our hips and we pushed on that bony protrusion. That's probably where you're going to feel this today. All right. But yeah, she's going to make sure that kettlebell doesn't go below her knees at all while she's swinging it. Ready for set number 2?
Mm-hmm.
All right. She's going to do 20. And great big pull, exploding it up. Pop it up. 1, 2. She's crushing, squeezing her glutes. She's standing up big and tall in plank at the top. I think this is 10. Beautiful. Thank you. 11. 12. Nice and strong. You hear that breath? Yeah. 15.
17.
Thank you. 18. 19. 20. It's hard to swing and talk at the same time. Thank you for being a badass.
It is, but those are hard, so I'm keeping track of those, so I don't trust you.
Smart. That's wise. Go ahead and catch your breath. Grab a sip of water if you need it. Shake out your hands. You can shake out your feet. You can do a little dance. Jumping up and down. I like to jump up and down sometimes. I feel like that really helps me to recover and keep a rhythm. So yeah, swings are hard and they're really intense. And you really have to explode. You can't go slow. You can't be nervous and let that make you pause. You really have to explosively pull the bell up and explosively explode your hips forward in order to be really successful with a kettlebell.
Yeah, I'm like not using my arms at all. They're just kind of along for the ride. It's all in my hips and butt.
Yeah, your arms should be limp and noodly, basically. And exactly, it's all in the hips and the butt.
And the core pushing out.
Yeah. And the reason for the core pushing out is that it protects your back. I mean, that's how you keep your back really, really stable, is by expanding these muscles here on the sides. And so it helps you to protect from injury. This is a dynamic movement, and so when you're doing a dynamic movement, especially when with weight, you really have to have it locked in. So this is something that takes a lot of practice, and you might not get it right away. And if you feel like it's not working real well, if you have a smaller weight, you can try the smaller weight, but you really want to focus on keeping yourself like a pendulum. It's the pendulum and the momentum that is the key. And it's using your body explosively to help the bell to gain momentum. When it's at the top, it should be hovering just for a split second. All right, let's try one more set of swings, and then we're going to do some squatting. So, once again, she's kind of in a football hike or athletic position. She's got her head tucked down a little bit. There you go, perfect. She's going to squeeze her lats and pull her shoulder blades down into the back pocket here, keeping this really, really tight the entire set of swings. And she's going to explosively pull it up towards her groin and then pop it out straight in a line in front of her. And all of the energy of the bell is really shooting out the end. Right? She's trying to envision a light maybe or a laser or whatever it looks like for her, like shooting out of the end of the bell in a nice solid line so the bell is always at the same height. Good explosive force. Think about the expression of your solar plexus chakra, you know, that intense will, that strong energy. Maybe a little aggressive. Good stuff. Aggression is a good thing to transmute into power. Frustration, fear, all of those work really well. You can transmute those into power. Good stuff. So strong. Go ahead and catch your breath if you need to. Shake anything out that hurts. Jump up and down, sing a little song, do a little dance, drink water. We are going to do some intense squats.
Great!
Yeah, you are welcome to self-select your weight for this. I want rack position, like so, offset. So you're going to do on one side and then you're going to switch and do it on the other side. So you're going to do a lot of squats, probably 20, 10 each side.
I guess I'll try the heavier one and then I'll go down if I need to.
What? Gangster.
No, not this one.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, I'm not that cool. Someday, maybe. I was thinking about the medium one, I guess.
Beautiful. So the rack position basically means you take the kettlebell like so, and you let it sit. You see how she's just got it sitting in the crook of her arm here, and her fist is flat. You see how her knuckles are pointed up right now, like she's fighting, like she's gonna punch somebody in the face. So she's keeping this break from happening here. This is not good. If you've got that going on, that's not going to be very solid for you. This is perfect. Rack position. So get your kettlebell in rack position, and she's going to squat as deep as she can, and then come right up. And I want 10 of those. And this is a bigger core challenge than you might think, because you're offset, but you have to keep your body square. You see how she's perfectly square? She's not leaning all funny to one side. That takes a lot of work. She's doing fantastically. When you're done with one side, go ahead and switch and do the other. She's pushing through her heels real hard on the way up. She's kind of moving her knees out and getting into the hole between them.
Woo!
Nice work. You can take a break right now if you need to. That's totally okay.
Right here, so strong.
Yeah, it's a good core workout to offset your weight. If you have two kettlebells that are, technically, like if she wanted to, she could take this one in one hand and that one in the other. If she wanted a little more weight, it's going to be a little less offset though. She's still going to feel it. Front squats with kettlebells are great. This rack position squat is going to really get your anterior core anyway. But when it's offset like this, with a different weight on one side than the other, it works your obliques a lot as well. Helps you to stabilize your spine. If you have back problems, this is one of the really good things that you can do. This sort of offset training will help you a lot. But if you have back problems, chances are real good that you're not stabilizing without weight. So you want to start with no weight at all.
Woo!
Nice job.
Oh, getting sweaty.
Good work.
It's smelly.
You earned it. So squats are more an anterior exercise, especially with a kettlebell. They're more of anterior, meaning the front part of your body when you're facing this way. More quad, more core.
I think that's a question.
Can you show the grip up closer? Absolutely. Just like so. You see how the wrist is really straight all the way down? This is what a lot of people will do because they don't have this engagement. This is going to hurt though. It's going to really hurt your wrist. It's going to be bad for your wrist in the long run. And when I'm doing this position with my hand, my wrist is broke like that. It actually hurts more. The weight of the kettlebell sitting on my arm is uncomfortable. This hurts. This is a lot more solid and stable and doesn't hurt. Good question. Thank you. How's that feel?
Good, that's intense.
Yeah, they really are intense. They're so good. All right. You remember the Around the Worlds?
Yeah, but I'm afraid about my calluses.
About your calluses?
But you could demonstrate them.
I will demonstrate Around the Worlds. So, this isn't a squat or a swing, but it's kind of a good core exercise regardless. And it's a little scary. You want to make sure that you don't have anything really, really close to you. The good news is with a kettlebell, if it goes flying, it's not going to go very far. You want to make sure that you don't drop it on your foot, though. That's a big deal. Do this on maybe a carpeted floor, or, like I'm not going to do this on a wood floor because if I drop it, it might put a hole in a dent in the floor. But I want 20 of these in one direction. Oh, Jen's over there doing crunches right now.
Well, I want to get my core differently.
She's over there working right now when she could be relaxing. I don't know what number this is. 20 of these is what you're after, though. Hand to hand is 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Trying to keep my body from moving a whole lot. You can go slow for this if you need to. $18, $19, and $20. Nice job. So those are another core exercise. And they might be a little hard on your hands, that's true.
Well, my calluses are already tearing when I was deadlifting, so I haven't been able to shave them down yet. So
I should do a video about hand maintenance sometime soon. It's a good idea. All right. Jen is gonna show us another set of swings. Actually, you know what? I want 2 more sets of swings. We're just gonna go right back into our circuit. You 2 at home, 2 more sets of swings as well.
Oh wait, this is...
That's a light one, huh?
Way too light.
It feels weird to swing a light bell. All right. So you can kind of see she's... Go ahead and scoot back a little tiny bit. A little bit more. There, yeah, beautiful. So you see that form that she's got? This is nice and flattened out. Chest out, shoulders back. She's pulling her scapula down towards her hips, down the back of her body, getting that nice and tight. Go for it, lady. And pop. She's popping it up right about eye level. Exploding out the energy of the bell in a straight line in front of her. Using the momentum, using the explosive muscle power to help that momentum every single time. Hear the breath?
Yeah!
Nice job. So good. Catch your breath. Shake out your hands. This might be a real good time. Check this out. If your hands are starting to really hurt, your palms, forearms, whatever, Go like this. Spread your fingers out a little bit. And then go like this and just pull back towards your elbow as much as you can. Breathe into it. Try to relax. Pull, pull, pull while you're relaxing, while you're breathing out. Same thing other side. So palm up. Spread your fingers out a little bit. And then grab with the other hand and just pull it back. I'm really flexible. Look at that. I've been doing this a lot.
That's gross.
Is it gross?
That's crazy. I can't believe you can do that. I'm not even close to that.
So flexible.
Oh, man. I need to work on that, I guess.
Alrighty. So yeah, that's a little bit of hand therapy, hand maintenance for you. I'll show you another one when we're done. How you doing?
Whew. I'm getting tired, but I'm good.
Alright, good. One more set.
More.
One more set of 20 at home.
Might be all ahead of me, though.
Okay. That's fair.
I mean, in terms of the swings.
That's fine. One, two, nice and strong. 3, 4, athletic plank. Athletic plank. Breath in, breath out. Breath in, breath out. She's pushing out on these muscles, right? When she's breathing out, she's pushing out here as well. Kind of flatten your belly while you do that. I mean, it gives you a real strong, solid foundation. Nice and strong. Great job. That was a big bell. Such a good swing.
Oh, man. Whew. Really getting me today, babe.
Yeah.
Whew.
You worked really hard this morning, too.
Yeah, you need me to do those terrible banded deadlifts.
Yeah. Those will make your swing strong.
I bet.
Yeah. Banded deadlifts are really good for you. If any of you guys have bars at home where you can deadlift, let me know and I'll make some deadlift videos for you. Maybe we'll do a deadlift class. That'd be fun. Good stuff. I should do a deadlift class anyway, actually. People can make buckets of cement and stuff.
Yeah, water jugs.
Water jugs, yeah, totally.
Soil.
All right. I want another set of those rack position offset squats.
Okay, I'm going to do the lightest one this time because my legs are early.
You are welcome to do the lightest one.
Oh, get it.
I want 10 on each side.
Man, there's such a big jump between that one and this one.
Yeah, it is a big jump.
Alright. Ready?
Mm-hmm. So once again, she's just sitting back into her heels. She's pushing through her heels on the way up, squeezing her glutes. She's keeping everything really, really squared up. Shoulders and hips are square. Everything is facing forward. She's not leaning or twisting. Nice
What are the
work.
chicks doing in there?
I don't know. There's a little.
Having a party.
There's a chick party in the other room. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sounds like they're trying to escape in there.
They're plotting.
I'm trying to see if they can climb on top of each other and get out the top of that box. Little ladder of chicks. See how she's got her fist right here under her chin? That's the right position. A lot of people start to travel down like this. If these get hard, you want to keep it right there all the time. That's perfect. Bars are actually really hard to find right now. I've been looking at prices of exercise equipment on Amazon, and everybody's price gouging now. Things are twice as expensive as they were like 3 weeks ago. And it's sold out everywhere anyway. You can't really even find anything right now. How you doing?
Man, I am sweating.
Yeah, good stuff. You know, there's an exercise that I want to do. You could... I want planked rows. So just like this, if you have a table or a bench or a chair or something at home, that'll work just fine. You can grab and just go like so. See, I've got a plank position. I'll give you a second. Get your bench or whatever handy. Jen, do you want to do these? Or should I? Yeah? All right. That one I think is probably a more appropriate weight for you. Man, oh, you can go light if you want. You already worked out today.
I know. I might switch.
So once again, she's gonna get into this plank position here, kind of like the top of your kettlebell swing, right? You're planked. Drop your hips a little bit. There you go. That's the solid plank. She's got a nice straight line from her head all the way down to her heels. She's trying to hold that left hip forward so that she's really squared up. She's using a really heavy bell right now for her rows, so these are really hard. She makes it look easy.
It's not easy.
Once again, this is a really good core workout because you're offsetting your side. This is an anti-rotation exercise.
12?
Yep.
Yes, I did.
She did her second favorite side first. She's right-handed. She did her left first. And the reason for that is because she's smart, and that's how you're supposed to work. Second favorite side first. There's 2. There's 3. There's 4. 5. Planked rows are a lot of core. There's 6. There's 7. There's shoulder stability. 8. It's lat over here. Your lat is also a major core muscle. You know, it's a spinal support. Nice work.
Oh man, that was hard.
Yeah. I'm going to show you some next week. We're going to set up, maybe I'll do it for you when I train you. We're going to set up 2 benches and have you plank in between them with a row in between. It'll be good. Good. It's evil stuff. Yeah. You like those?
Yeah, I've never done like that before.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah, I really feel it.
Yeah, lots of core. Core happy.
Core happy, woo!
All right. I think 12:43. I think that's good. Let me go ahead and show you guys a little bit of stuff for your wrists and some stretches. And stretching is really important after kettlebell work, especially. Once again, if you put your hands right here and feel that bony spot, that's about the spot that you should be pretty darn sore. If you kind of just move to the outside of that and push your thumbs in, you'll feel there's a little chunk of meat there. That spot's probably going to be a little sore from those swings if you're not used to swinging a bell. That's okay, all right? As long as it's not crawling up into here, this is no good. But here, whoop, that spot is okay. But in the middle and up higher, your lumbar, you don't want that to be hurting. So, I think stretching, go ahead and pop your foot up there. So, to stretch your hamstring, can you, yeah, there you go.
Want to heel up there?
Yeah, heel up there if that's okay. Can you hop in a little bit and turn that foot? So, Jen is a rock star. This is really high for her because she's short. But she's just going to put her foot up on this thing, and then she's got her foot facing this same forward direction. It's not turned out like this, you see? Not like that. It's really facing forward as well. And her hips and her shoulders are squared up, and she's going to keep this she's going to keep this nice and straight, and her back is nice and straight here.
Oh.
And she's just going to lean forward a little bit. And that's going to be enough to start that tension in the hip.
Oh, man. It's amazing how little you have to move to feel that.
Yeah. As long as you keep this straight, you'll feel that tension in your hamstring. If you let this bend at all here, it pulls all the tension out of your hamstring. That's just how your fascia is connected. So if you really focus on sticking your chest out and keeping your shoulders back, and then hinge by sitting back into your back body or your butt, that's going to give you a great stretch. And then whenever she feels like she's had a good amount of that, she's going to just turn her foot. And she can turn it to the inside, so toes in to the center line. And that is also a real nice spot to stretch. You're going to feel it in a different spot. You got 4 major muscles of your hamstring. So depending on your foot and leg position, you'll stretch different things back there. But go ahead and do this one. Take your time with this. A couple of minutes really is not too much. When we stretch, we race through it because we're always go, 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 go. And if quarantine should teach us anything, it's at least to slow down. So this is a good time to practice that slowness and that stillness. By being calm and going slow, you're telling your nervous system that it's okay to relax, and that's going to let everything release.
I'm doing the other side. So.
Yeah. And then, just like she did, you want to turn your foot to the outside, so toes away from your center line. Towards your lateral line.
Oh.
And once again, just taking her time, really relaxing into it. Lots of deep breaths. Your nervous system is relaxing when you're breathing out. So if you want to try to continue to further your stretch, to get a little bit more stretch, gently put pressure into that stretch as you're exhaling.
Oh, man.
Nice work. Same thing, other foot. Once again, making sure that the foot that's on the floor is going straight forward, that your hips are square with your shoulders, keeping a nice, straight, flat back, chest out, shoulders back, and then just kind of sitting back into that hinge. That same place that you feel when we were deadlifting and you were feeling that stretch, you're just sitting back into that. Take your time.
My feet are all dirty.
They are. They're filthy. You can do your inside or your outside first. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference. It might make a difference in your body, though, so play with it a little bit. See what feels good. Try to get both directions, though.
And come out of it in between so you can reset.
Yeah, definitely reset in between. Thank you. That's a great tip. And she's going to the other side, toes out, sitting back into that back body, chest out, shoulders back, really good flat back. Just taking the time and breathing.
Okay.
All right.
Wow. Made my legs feel a little jelly.
Good. Nice work. So another thing that you can do for your forearms, this is probably a good time to do this. Jen, you're welcome to join us in this if you'd like. Come down here in a split squat position, and then take your forearm and just put it through the spot in between your legs, and then put all your weight onto it. Really put as much weight onto it as you can tolerate. And you might see that your hand kind of opens up on its own, and that's okay. Just close it again, and then do some circles with a closed fist, and then open it and do some circles with an open fist. Go in both directions. And that might be really intense. If that's really intense, it's probably a sign that you're really tight and you've got some stuff going on in there. And while it's not going to sound like a real attractive option, it's probably a sign you should do this often. Usually when I have something that's super painful like that, it's a sign that I need to work on that tissue. You can also move down into the wrist, or keep it up really high by the elbow, or do everything in between. This is a really good self-care technique if you spend a lot of time typing and you have carpal tunnel. It'll help with that, certainly. Anything where you're using your hands a lot all day, where they get really sore, give yourself a little bit of this and it'll really help to loosen all that up. Kettlebells are really, really good for your grip. So if you do a lot of kettlebell work, this will be your best friend. How you feeling?
Oh, good.
Good?
Yeah, my legs are just done now.
Good. Nice work today. You're a badass. I appreciate you. Thanks for demoing.
No problem.
Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you for watching. If you like what I'm doing and you'd like to help me keep doing it, please, you can join my Patreon. I've got a Patreon set up, and if you support my Patreon, you get an archive of all of the videos that I do and workshops that I will be doing as well. You can also donate to me via Venmo at Ritual Fitcraft, FITCRAFT, or by PayPal at MikeWelchCPT@gmail.com. And my next class is going to be on Sunday, and that is a social distancing holistic healthy hangout, which I will do through Zoom so we can all kind of see and hear each other and talk. We can talk about any kind of fitness, health stuff you want, sickness, recovery. We can talk about home gyms. We can talk about magic. We can talk about just how you're doing, your mental health, whatever it is that you want to discuss. We can just kind of hang out for an hour and talk about that. That should be a lot of fun. My next class after that is Monday. That's movement, meditation, magic, and that's a movement class that has a little meditation and a little bit of magic, and I think it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing that one too. So thanks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and keep tuning in, and we'll be back. Thanks very much.